Hello, hello. Is anybody here? Oh, I see. Oh, yes. Hey, Carrie Meyer, how are ya? We might have a spammer. I see. Hey, Marilyn, how are ya? How you doing? How are you doing? Fun stuff, fun stuff. Yeah, let's see who all's here. Hey, Debbie Dunn. Um, I got a letter from the producers today. So exciting. I'm getting ready to post it in our Patreon group. Yes, I love that. I'm so excited about the series and where it's going and all that fun stuff. I will let you know that it's just a lot that happens. I got to find my thing. So, a lot of moving parts that happen, and I can't post it all on Facebook because there would just be so much to post about it. And I'm going to be taking everybody along the ride on what this journey looks like for the film and TV. And it's called Film, Movie, and TV. I think that's what they called it. But, anyways, I got some fun stuff that I'm going to share, but it's so much that it's going to be on our Patreon group. So if you guys want to join Patreon, you can. And there are so many cozy mystery authors on Patreon now. Let me look on there. It really is amazing. And I always promote it because it's so much fun. Cozy mystery. Let's see, all the people that are on there now are me and Mildred Abbott and Fenella Fox, Cozy Mystery Escape, Catherine Michaels, Tish Bouvier, Ellie Alexander, Rosalie Oakes, Creating Cozy Mysteries, Lisa Bouchard, Leanne Shields, and something that's called Write the Crime. So a lot of authors are jumping on, and they might not have cozy mystery in their title, but I encourage everybody to join. Right now, it's a 7-day free trial that we're offering, that they're letting me offer now to people, which I love. We didn't have that until recently, so you can get on there and join for 7 days and then jump off. I just put the link down below. You guys should come over. If you like it, stay. If you don't like it, but it's so funny because I posted over there some of the conversation about what they think about the series. And it was a video of me talking to them online. And it's super exciting. And now they're following all over Facebook and Instagram. And I love it. Currently, I think it's on a writer's strike right now, but they're currently producing something with Mark Consuelos, which is kind of fun, but it's not a Hallmark movie. So they don't just do Hallmark, and I'm not been picked up for Hallmark. So, so they're really amazing, but also they had said, I haven't shared this part of the video yet, but I will, where they want me to come because they aren't used to Southernisms. And so they need me there to make sure that they get it right. So I'm super excited about it, but I will be showing it. And then when I travel, I'll be posting that in the Patreon group as well. I mean, I love Facebook, but I can't, they don't show everything for me. So I know over there they can. Plus, if you remember, your money goes to a monthly charity. So this month, our monthly charity is school teachers. So I asked for a lot of school teachers over in our Cozy Crew group to actually post their Amazon wish list, because I used to be a teacher and I know how expensive it can be. I was a teacher with 4 little kids. So Eddie would be like, oh my gosh, Tanya, stop buying stuff for your classroom. I'm like, I can't. So anyways, that's where the money goes. So I hope you guys jump over there and see that video. If you want to check out Patreon, there are some public posts on there as well that you can check out. But we have a really good time over there. But enough about Patreon. We are here to answer a reader question, which I have no idea what that is going to be. So I actually, I'm on StreamYard, so I have to always pop away, but I'm on my phone. I can get my phone. Let's see if anybody, because it's the first, happy August the 1st. Boy, did um the month of July take me for a loop. As you all know, my sweet, sweet little daddy passed away. And I was with him. I did not realize he was going to pass away a week ago when I went to visit on a whim. I had a feeling. I went to visit on a whim. You can read that in Patreon or in Cozy Crew. I kind of put the whole thing in there, and um, I'm just super grateful that I got to be with Daddy for 4 hours, and then when I drove home for 2 hours, that's about when he had passed. So then I drove back at 1 in the morning, and the funeral home that we had it in, where Daddy wanted to be buried, was I mean, that was already on his list. And so sweet, sweet Daddy, he always wanted to be buried in this funeral, or lay in this window at the funeral home. As a matter of fact, he had told Eddie just a month ago or so, when I die, I want to lay in Kunda Funeral Home window and be buried in Maple Grove Cemetery. So he had all that planned, and it was so funny and so sweet. My friend, her family owns the funeral home, which interestingly enough is kind of where a Ghostly Southern Mystery series came from with Emily, from my funeral home days of playing in my friend's funeral home, and running around there, and the casket room and everything. And so it was when my friend, when we were younger, Nicholasville, where I'm from, didn't have an ambulance service. And so we had a hearse, So my friends, her parents had a landline for their personal, and then they had another phone line for the funeral home. So in the middle of the night, that the phone would ring, and we would jump up and be like, "Oh my gosh!" We would think, "Oh my gosh, what happened? Somebody die? Somebody needed to go to the hospital," because that's what they did. They did the ambulance runs, and they did all of the dead bodies. So, being a child and hearing that ring, they would say, "Don't answer the funeral home phone if it rings." And so we were so tempted to answer the funeral home phone. And so, anyways, so it was nice being back there. But when Daddy passed, my friend's mom, who still runs the funeral home, her daddy, the other undertaker, had died in May. And so her mom still takes care of the funeral home. And she called in the middle of the night and said that she'd already gone to pick up Daddy. So that was comforting to know. I've got beautiful, without showing Eddie out there, it's beautiful sunlight coming in. He's cleaning the camper because Mama is going to go camping with us. Not that he's cleaning it for her, but he's cleaning it. But Mama is going to go camping with us. We are leaving this week. So that's exciting because she's never been able to go with us since Daddy's been sick for the past 2 years. So it frees up some time. And I'll tell you another fun camping story in a second. But anyways, I still need to answer the real question, but now we're kind of like swayed. So anyways, it was fun to go back home. I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of family friends who showed up. My sorority sisters, came. So it was so nice to see them and to reconnect. And I brought a lot of planters home. They're beautiful that people sent. And some readers sent some gorgeous flowers. And I got a gorgeous wreath from some awesome readers as well. It was so nice. And we had a beautiful video. But I'm going to tell you something. Some pictures got into the video that we didn't put in the video. So some people snuck some pictures in our daddy's video from the nurse at the funeral home. I was watching the video. I'm like, who put that picture in there? And who put that picture in there? But it got me thinking about murder. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Daddy is giving me good murder plots from beyond. I'll tell you a really cute, really quick, fun story. So in the 70s, my dad was a very giving person. And I think that's kind of where I get this whole charity thing from with Patreon. And so a lot of people would come to daddy and ask him, for money. And he never expected, he always taught me that if you loan money, don't expect it to be paid back, that it's just a gift. And so I've always lived that way. Right. And so, in even when I was born, so when I was born, my dad, right before I was born, had gone to the state penitentiary down in Louisville and picked up a friend that had been in prison for a few years, and he was getting out. And so daddy and him went immediately to the hospital where my mom was having me, and they stopped in at the gift shop, and Pete bought me my first pair of booties. And although he was an ex-convict, daddy didn't care. Another story of daddy is, you guys remember when mom had her horrific car wreck, and had, just a 5% chance of life. And here she is living her best life, except right now without daddy. But another thing that happened was I had asked my cousin Mike, who is in the book Southern Fried, is dedicated to Mike because he helps my daddy out so much. And I said, Mike, I need you to take daddy out. I got to get this house cleaned. Mom's going to be coming home soon from rehab. And so I need you to, take my daddy out. Mike's like, okay. So they come back a few hours later with a Cadillac SUV. So I said, Mike, I didn't ask you to spend daddy's money, but whatever. But the story of that is even funnier, is that daddy did not know race. He did not know income. He did not know anything. And so when daddy went over there, he has a beat up truck, and he was dressed in a flannel, ripped up jeans. That's my son Cody, but we're not going to answer that. And so I'll call him back in a second. So he was in, he was in, like, when he got to the Cadillac place, he's something that people had thought, oh, he doesn't have the money to spend on a Cadillac, right? I'm not going to waste my time. So when daddy pulled into the Cadillac dealership that day, he rolled down his window, and this guy in a suit came out, and he said, Daddy said, I'm looking for a Cadillac. And that guy goes, oh, okay, well, let one of the younger associates help you. And this guy was in a suit, and he walked inside, and he sent this young kid out, and my dad didn't get out of the car. He said, hey, do you have this Cadillac? And so the young kid said, yeah, we have something that matches exactly what you want. And he pointed over to it. And so he said, you want to go look at it? And my dad said, yeah, sure. And so my dad said, I'm not going to get out of the truck, but I'll go look at it. So he drove over there, and the young guy, daddy just kind of looked around, and he goes, okay, I'll take it, and paid for it right there on. And so my mom and I went to take her car last week to get serviced when I was in town for the funeral, because it was already due to get serviced. I said, Mom, there's no reason why we shouldn't get your car serviced. It's your only car. So what happened was that that young guy was there, and he said, wow, we sure didn't see that coming with your daddy. And I said, because you all made a judgment call on my dad based on what he was driving and what he was, how he was dressed. And so, but back to, that's just the kind of guy he was. And so when I was a kid in the 70s, the cemetery owner of our town had come to daddy, and she needed money. And she asked daddy, this was in the 70s, I think it was like in 77. And she asked daddy for a loan. And daddy said, no, I'll just give you the money. I don't want you to pay me back. And she's like, well, I can't pay you back now. He's like, I don't want you to pay me back. And she said, well, I can pay you back with 2 grave plots. So daddy said, okay. And so there's a piece of paper that was scribbled down that mom and dad got 2 grave plots to pay her debt back. And so what happened was that it's in the old part of the cemetery. Well, oh my gosh. Now my other kids are, hold on. Are you okay? Yes. I'll call you back. Okay. Love you. Bye. I was like, something wrong? Why are they calling me? They're all just trying to check on me. So, anyways, what happened was that last week or 2 weeks ago, Daddy had said to Mom, "We should probably move our plots to where your family is located." And my mom's like, "No, which is in the new part of the cemetery." And mom's like, "No, we're not going to do that. And we're going to just keep our plots. It's what we've had since the 70s. That's what we're going to do." So I get down home. And then on Tuesday morning last week at 8:30, we had no sleep. I get a phone call from the guy down there that knows me. And he said, "Tanya, I don't think that your parents are going to both fit in this plot because it's old plots and it's from the 70s and everything has gotten bigger since the 70s, including funeral home vaults, burial vaults." And so what happened was that he said, "I want you to come look at them." So I said to my mom, "We have to run down to look at the burial plots that you guys have had since the 70s. I don't think you're both going to fit there." So I go down there, you guys, and no joke, he pulls out a 3-ring binder. And I'm first off, and this is a small town, you guys, exactly like Cottonwood that I write. If you were to take the Kenny Lowry series, which Lowry is my maiden name, and stick that town and the description of the town on top of Nicholasville, that's Nicholasville. The streets are the names. The street names are the same. The funeral home's there, everything. So, anyways, so I get there and he's like, "Our office is in the maintenance building." It's still in the maintenance building. It's been in the maintenance building. They don't really have an office. So I go in there and there's no computer and there's no nothing. And they've got this 3-ring binder and he flips it open to the 70s. And of course, on a piece of paper is written John Robert and Linda Lowry plot numbers. And so I'm like, "Do you guys not have a computer?" He's like, "No, we do everything by hand still." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." But we still had also the handwritten IOU plot thing. So we took that to them as well when we went. And so what happened was that he has this big plot map, and it's where they write people's plots, their plots on. And I mean, I'm like thinking, "Oh my gosh, there has to be a better way in this technology," but whatever. So I follow him down, and of course, a couple of people said, "Oh my gosh, Tanya, I'm so sorry for your loss." I'm like, "Oh, thank you," that work there that are grave diggers. And I didn't recognize them because I've been gone for so long. I haven't seen them. But then I'm like, "Mom," and then it hit me, and then one of them said, "Oh, we're friends on Facebook." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I knew instantly who he and his lovely wife were. So we go back, we follow them back to the plots, and they're at the time were 3-foot plots. You had to be 3-foot plot apart, and like there was only 10 foot. So there was no way that Dad's grave was going to fit and be 3 foot apart, and then Mom's later in life to be buried there and have enough room by law. And so Mom was like, "Oh, that's okay. You can just try to do it." And we're like, "Okay, we'll deal with that when she passes," which hopefully isn't going to be a long, long, long way. So, anyways, what happened was that we left, and then later that day, he calls back and he said, "I just don't think this is going to work. You're not going to both be buried there, so I'm going to move your plots." So we went back to the cemetery that afternoon, and he told us where the new plot was going to be. So we drove over there, and wouldn't you know, it is right by my mom's brother. So even from the grave, Daddy made the plot change happen. So I said, "Well, if that wasn't a God wink or Daddy from the great beyond telling us that he's okay and making sure that Mom is still okay, then there you have it." But anyways, we love Daddy, and we sure hate it. But he was so sick. He even told me last Monday, "I'm so sick." And I said, "That's okay, Daddy. It's okay. You're not so sick." And so funny thing is that all the guys at the cemetery were like really worried about this plot, and they were looking at the map. And so it was so funny that they were so worried about it that I ended up taking a picture from afar, though they didn't see it. This is the picture, and you can see that he's studying that plot map right there. But that's the photo that I took because this guy over here, that's right there. He's like trying to measure it out by his arms, and they just couldn't figure out like how they were going to make both of those plots fit. So then of course there became a fourth person on there, and they were really having this meeting of the minds of the first plots. So that is how Daddy and Mom got their plots, is from the generosity of my dad, just so she wouldn't give back any sort of money. And so it was a great service, and so many people were so kind and talked about how Daddy had helped them out in situations, and you know, just was a kind-hearted person, and so that was really heartwarming. And today, even one of Daddy's best friends called me to check on me, and I was so glad to hear that. So thank you guys all for the emails. Oh my gosh, the cards that you sent, it was great. So I just want to thank you for that. But we are here to answer a reader question. If you have a reader question that you'd like to submit, there is a post on Facebook. I have yet to post on YouTube, but I will today. I just got off a Zoom with someone else. I didn't even get lipstick on or makeup. Sorry. I don't really care though. I'm not into all that. So there's only 2 questions that I see here, and I'm going to answer the first one that I came to, and that is Nova Conover, who I love Nova. I've met Nova several times. She is a Kentucky girl. She is a Kentucky still. She might not be in Kentucky anymore, but she was. She said, do you work a normal workday set of hours? So yeah, so I've always, when I had a second job, because both jobs have been full-time since the beginning. So if I had the other job was just out of the house, as a therapist. And so what happened was that, when I became a full-time author, I was used to that schedule. And so I went ahead, and my kids were in high school when I became a full-time author. So I still had to get up with them, and I would get a shower and get ready every single day like I was going to a day job. And so for me, even though now my kids are between 30 and 24 and they're all out of the house, and I'm at home working with Eddie, so we both get up between 5:30 and 6. That's why you get all those early morning coffee posts. And I have coffee, and I do like meditation. I will listen to some podcasts, but not really get on social media. Like I will put maybe the coffee post up around 7:30 or so. But by that time, I've either walked or had jazzercise, which I still love. Yes, I am a jazzerciser like Queenie French from our favorite series. And we walk, and I get that over with, and I come home and I start getting ready for the day. I get dressed, I get showered, and then I sit down between at generally like 8:30, and I start writing from like 8:30 until noon. And then at noon I take a break, and I watch Days of Our Lives, because now it's on the Peacock app. So I watch Days of Our Lives. So my mom and I talk about that. And then I eat lunch. And then at 1:00, I also continue on the business side of things. So like yesterday, I was writing the newsletter that went out today. And then also today, I was doing all the things for the fall book signing to get ready for that. Also planning what's the pre-order gift for one of the books that we're going to put up for pre-order, and you're going to get a gift if you pre-order that. And as well as like our Christmas card exchange, all those things I have to plan now. So in the afternoon, I will work on things like that as well. And I keep them in my planner. Y'all know I love my trusty planner. So I schedule those out like a business meeting. Sometimes Eddie and I will have a budget meeting or an advertising meeting, whatever that might look like. This afternoon, I have a weekly standing meeting with a few author friends where we talk business and what they see that's going on. So I'll do those in the afternoon, or I'll schedule like yesterday. I had it last week. I have a crown that needs to be fixed. If y'all don't remember, when I was on the phone with the producers before I went to Colorado, my tooth had broken, and I was like, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I went, "Mm-hmm." And so my dentist had gotten me in at like 4:30, and then I was going to be doing. I was going to Colorado, so he just put in a temporary fill, and so yesterday I had to go get the crown done. So that was yesterday for 2 hours. And then I came home and I did the newsletter. So I do everything like a business. And so like right now, like normally I don't come on here till like 6, but it's 5 o'clock and I had a Zoom from 3 to 4. And I thought, oh, I'll just go ahead and do the Zoom or go ahead and do the live, which I try to get on here live every Tuesday. And so, and then sometimes I just jump on Facebook. Like I jumped on Facebook twice today when Sherlock was outside, when I was kind of just taking it easy and feeding the fish. So yeah, Nova, I do run everything like a business. And then here in a minute, I will go throw my hair up in a top knot and, change out of my pants to put on like some pull-up shorts, things like right now I have on some pull-up shorts that I will change out of because they're not as comfortable as like, nighttime shorts. And then just get ready for the night. And Eddie and I will do dinner and we will watch something that we're binge watching currently right now. And then other than that, that's how we do things, just like a normal. And then I'll jump on like social media around 7 or 8 o'clock. And like answer questions. Right now, today, I'm over at Twisty Tales and Cozy Crime. So I'll go over there and answer reader questions from there. So yeah, everything is done just like a business. So everything is run as if I'm going into this office, and everything that I need to do for a business, whether it's touching with my agent or scheduling these Zoom meetings. But I always make sure that I get the writing done. And every day I write about 5,000 words a day. So I do that. Sometimes I do writing sprints with other authors that are live, and sometimes I just do my own writing sprints. It just depends on how I feel that day. So, but I always write first thing in the morning. And then like tomorrow I'll write and then I have lunch with a friend. So, or coffee. We're going to meet for coffee, not lunch. But, that's something that I'm able to do. So, anyways, I hope I should have put it up there, the banner that said Nova, which I can add later. But, anyways, but yeah, that is to answer the reader question. So, let's see who all's here. Carrie is here. Let's see, Debbie Dunn. Hello. Thanks, Carrie. Hope you're well. Marilyn and Tammy said, hey, Tanya. And Kristen said she can't wait. Roberta said, great news. We're talking about the movie producers and all the fun stuff. How are you sitting? Oh, thank you so much. We're doing okay. We're doing all right. I'm so excited. Congratulations. Can't wait. Thank you so much. Love Patreon. Me too. Me too. Me too. Again, here are the Patreon to join. Hello, Charlene. Debbie Dunn says, really thinking about join. Oh, you should join. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it is so much fun. And it's just monthly if you want. You don't, the only thing, if you join the year, you get like a 10% off or something that they've let me offer because I have a lot of people that do that. And so that's just, they set that. So they give it to, it's like a thank you for joining for the year or whatever. You get a percentage off. But if you don't like it, you just get out of it. It's a monthly thing. But right now there's a 7-day free trial. So hopefully you can try that. It's really fun. Hey, Rena, how are you? Hey, Gail. Hey, Linda, how are you? I miss you, girl. I was just in Nashville a few weeks ago, moving Austin. He moved to Edge Hill. Really cool thing. So on Daddy's day of his funeral, Austin had been put in, he's an architect in Nashville. And so he had put in the sun is coming out. Look at that, guys. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, well, I might not be able to see it, but it's really bright and I love it. But anyways, Austin put in the bid for the new Titan Stadium. And so it's been a long process coming, and he had made all these models. Maybe I can show it to you. He's probably saying you probably can't show that, but I am. because y'all, I just show a lot of stuff. Let's see. Let me share. I gotta find it's all my text messages, and I've gotten so many text messages about Daddy that not been able to keep up with them all. Um, let's see. I'll find it. Oh, here it is. So Austin, he also does. He's a drone pilot, and so he also does renderings. And so this was he does like 3D models. So this was his 3D model that he turned in for the Titan Stadium, and it's got so much detail. But anyway, so on the day of Daddy's funeral, we found out that he won the bid. So Austin is going to be doing your new Titan Stadium down there in Nashville. So maybe I'll be down there a lot more, and we can meet. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, Cajun Peach. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Chris said that reminds me of the Emily stories. It's all the Emily stories. Everything at the funeral home is the Emily stories because I did all those things. As a matter of fact, in the first one, I think she Ruthie said, I don't know why that person's here. I didn't like them when I was living, much less when I'm dead, because that really did happen at a funeral home visitation that I was at, and I never forgot it. And I'm not saying the series is ended. I just have a hard time. I own the rights. I could write more in the books. I just have a hard time with HarperCollins owning the first 6. So, thank you so much. Have fun camping. Yeah, we are super excited to go camping, and Mom is going to get to go with us without having to worry about who's taking care of Daddy. And I finally got to watch the live. Yeah, you're never ever late. We say you're right on time. I'm late. I'm glad you're here, Miss Mary. I think that's Mary. That's Miss Mary. So nice to go camping your new camper with your mom. I know my sister and honey, she ain't staying with us. She's staying with my sister. My sister and my brother-in-law got a camper. They have never been camping, but they came to the campground when I was doing a book sign. Like, oh my God, this looks like a bunch of. Next thing you know, they've ordered a camper. So we picked that up like a week ago with them. Guys, they have got pocket doors and a fireplace. I'm like, they're the Four Seasons, and I'm the Days Inn. I have got a curtain. So let me tell you what, we have talked it up so much about how excited we are to go camping that during the funeral, when I got to be with some extra friends and some family, they're like, oh my God, I love that y'all are going camping. This is great. This is awesome. Me too. Let me tell you what, my friends have now, because we're going again for a week and for Halloween. And so this is a text message from my cousin and my best friend where they have already gone on the website of the campground and rented a camper to go with us. So now it is me and Eddie and my sister and my brother-in-law and my mama. This is going to be down in Halloween time. And now my best friend and her husband and my cousin and her husband. So we're all going because we just make it sound like so much fun that they're like, we're going with y'all. We can't wait. I'm like, yeah, come on, the more the merrier. And so anyways, so we are excited about that. But my sister's got and she's got an adjustable bed in her camper. My camper don't got all that. I always say you're like the Four Seasons and I'm like the Days Inn, but I'm always leaving the light on. What's that one says? We're gonna leave the light on, whatever that is. Mary, thank you, Mary. Hey, Connie Anderson, how are you? I know you meant the camper. I knew what you meant. I like your son's ringtone. That's my ringtone for everybody. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, which of course, again, is a movie that I grew up watching with Daddy. And so it's one of my favorite movies. And so the sun is really shining in here, y'all. So, so it's always been my ringtone. And you wouldn't believe a lot of people are always looking around at that ringtone like, wow, that's a fun ringtone. Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris. Or hey, Angie. How are you, girl? Angie had a lot of fun. And Jane is also in Patreon along with Angie. A Godwink for sure. Yeah, I love that. Beautiful story. Carrie said you're interested in how to less on their app. That's right. Such a view all. Thanks. Isn't that a fun story? It was too fun. Hey, Betsy here on my new wall. Facebook locked me out on my other. What? They locked you out. Well, that's not fun. Will there be any more audio on YouTube of the Killer Coffee series? Yeah, there are. We are working our way through those now. She's actually doing a spoonful of murder. You're not in Patreon, are you? I don't think you're in there, but right now they're getting spoonful of murder. So she is alternating between the Killer Coffee series, and she also now does the holiday series. And so she is currently doing Spoonful of Murder. Next up is 4th of July Forgery. And that's something else that the Patreons get early is all of the audiobooks for free. Carrie said she just rejoined. Oh, yay. I didn't know you had quit, but I'm so glad you're back. And once you join Patreon, you get 3 years worth of stuff. I mean, it's not just like right now moving forward. You're getting all 3 years worth of stuff. So we are anxiously waiting the new stadium. I know. How fun is that? That's fantastic that Austin did get it. Yes. Congratulations to him. Very proud of that. Bless their little hearts. Motel 6. Yeah, Motel 6. I'm always leaving the light on. I love that, Tammy. I got to remember that Motel 6. I'm leaving the light on. It sounds like so much fun. Yeah, we're really excited. We are going on the third, coming to Michigan and the UP and possibly Canada. This will be our longest camp. Yay! I love that. I hope you send pictures. Send pictures, especially if you got camper books with you, and I will put them in my newsletter. I love it when readers send me pictures from the new, and I get to put them in newsletters. I completely understand about the series and the publisher. I'm just going to savor the last one. Yeah. Awesome. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here and answering a question. I think I got through all of the comments. You never know, I might be go live this week at the campground. So there you have it. But I will see you guys later because I'm going to go fill up some more coffee. I'm empty. I love my coffee. And I'm going to start making supper, which Eddie ain't making supper. He's still out there cleaning the camper. Now he's on a ladder cleaning the camper. He's drying it off. I would just let it air dry. So anyways, you guys, I will see you guys later, and I love you all. And there's a lot of fun stuff coming in the fall like we always do. So be sure you're looking for that. And have a good night.